Fine.
I'm Evans. What's your name?
I'm aware.
I'm Violet. Yeah.
A proud Kenyan?
Yeah.
Wow. Are you Kenyan, bro?
I'm a South Sudanese.
South Sudanese?
Yes.
I love South Sudan. I love Juba.
I appreciate you. Highly welcome.
What's there good waiting for me?
Juba has possible job opportunities for content creators and academic giants related to media like you are.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that.
Highly.
What's good in Kenya for somebody who has never been to Kenya?
I think there's many opportunities.
Yeah.
If you're learned according to your certificates.
As a South Sudanese?
Black people outside Africa are progressing. The only challenge is the racism and the segregation that they face while out of the continent. Racism is actually caused by the struggle for existence, actually. That's the economic struggle. So if a black surpasses somebody's of different ethnicity or different race, then probably they would be segregated against. Yes. So it is actually an economic war and a superiority complex issue also. Well, Africans are inferior based on innovations, so we are behind the world in inventions. So we are just chasing after the rest of the world. The world has 8 continents, so we are probably the 8th based on our inventions and what we can bring up. That's the challenge we are facing, and that's why we are leaving Africa in numbers.
I think they're good.
They're good.
Yeah. They're having opportunities outside there. Yeah, I think it's better than Africa because the Americans are more developed.
So,
according to me,
yes.
I know there is enough money there. There are more opportunities outside there, and they are more secured. Racism. What kind?
It's fine.
It's fine. Not there.
Fine.
Yeah, it's not there anymore.
African Union's effectiveness is at 20%.
20%.
Yes, one is that the entire African Union leadership supports oppressive leaders in their countries. Secondly, African Union rarely donates to other continents when it comes to disasters. Not that Africans lack, but there is no willingness. Yes, so the African Union leadership generally sits on resources, share resources among the 54 or 55 leaders present there, and giving little room for donations to the affected people of the world outside the continent and even in the continent. That's why we still have guns firing in Africa. So there was also a proposal that guns will be silent in Africa by 2022 or 2023. It is already now. It was a resolution of the African Union some time back. We are here now already.
Yes.
It is now again African Union Agenda 2063. So you see how,
63.
yes, and there is a saying that says that you should not postpone assignment. So the silencing of guns being postponed is a threat to Africa under the African Union, because African Union is our image as African people. I would promote the campaign for borderless Africa effectively,
Yes.
but the challenge is the borderless Africa won't, and it will never survive. It won't come up. It won't succeed because Africans are so greedy. They need the visa monies into their accounts as individual nations.
Yes, I will. Yes, because there is unity among the nations. The most peaceful.
Yes.
Kenya. I support my country. I'm going to support my country.
Well, I haven't been to many countries, but the most peaceful country is probably Kenya because I've been here. And I've also been in Eastern Africa. So I was in Ethiopia as a young child, South Sudan, Uganda. But Kenya is peaceful and it's tolerant. United States of America was built for the superior European communities. They perceived that the Europeans will migrate to Egypt. But in the process, the African people went there, were taken there as slaves. Others went there on their own and they have really developed and they have grown into a superior race. So the United States has recognized the African people as a hard nut to crack, and so they are now part of the White House. Yes. So Africa should stand with the United States of America. That's where the souls of Africa should be watching after Africa, because if you look at the United States, the lifestyle is good. Even the Africans who are there, they tell real stories of success when they come here. Such stories can't be told when you are in the Far East, that is Japan, Korea North. So the United States is for the white and African people. Every life matters, but black lives matter. However, Africans should first make their lives matter on the continent before they talk about black lives matter outside the continent. Your house should be peaceful first before you live a peaceful life in somebody's rental.
Yes, Africa is conducive because there are many opportunities here. The living standards are well off, and there's no quarrels between people. There are no consequences. There will be low opportunities of jobs.
Ghana has allowed black Americans to come and live in Africa permanently.
One consequence will be displacement of the Africans in their jobs, of the native Africans, because the black Americans are more educated and exposed to the world. So they are superior to the African counterparts on the continent. As number two is that they will face severe and degrading life consequences, because the lifestyle in America is so nice. Pavement everywhere, well-furnished swimming pools, nice-looking houses, tourism centers like New York, Hawaii. But in Africa, they will only enjoy the wildlife, the serenity, but they will be hearing gunshots at random. Yes, there are guns in America, but they will be fearing for their life even in the well-protected corners of Africa. Okay, South Sudan has one major thing, that is the culture. South Sudan has a very wonderful and full circle culture based on the more than 64 ethnicities that are there. So cultural attraction is so wonderful. I also believe South Sudan has the biggest wildlife in the world. The only problem is fencing hasn't been done so well. The Department of Wildlife is also under the capture of the State House, so it can't work effectively. The country is not so much peaceful. The first address to them would be that they should think of the African natives, that is, by helping when needed. So yes, the national base of different countries, of individuals, they also should come with a scholarship so that Africans can get enlightened more by studying in the West, wherever, and then come back, so that we can have a strong Africa. For the black Americans, whenever they visit, they will be proud of their roots, because Africa is the home of the black. Even the black in Colombia were from Africa. Yes. My message to that black American is that he is good to go also, because he is currently not African, but he is originally African. So you can disown your parents based on your disagreements, whether past or present, but definitely they will remain your parents when the heaven time comes.
My message to the black Americans is to tell them that they should accept who they are, no matter their background status, and to be peaceful wherever they are.